So this is the first of a few very short talks about my old artwork, of which I have masses. I've done, for the last 20 years, I've been writing novels, poetry, making videos, illustrating my novels and doing standalone work as well as my animal rights work. And I've done so much, even I lose track. So I thought it would be interesting to people who like my work just to have a tiny snapshot of a few pieces picked at random. And this piece is called The Story of Cracklebones the Alchemist. And it's from a book I wrote in 2011 called What Am I to Do With All This Love? And it sounds very pretentious, and it probably is. I made it very fairy tale, and I wrote stories straight from the heart with ludicrous names in it, like Cracklebones the Alchemist, Gentility Bane the Sailor, and the little boy that grew up to be a clown in the story. And rather than go down a fairy tale route and a mystical, magical route, I decided to try and write them as seriously as possible and ground them in some kind of real world. So when it came around to doing the paintings for this entire series of chapters, I thought I would also take them very seriously, and I chose faces that were very intense and fleshed out the characters in my story. This is the alchemist, and his face is completely, with exaggerated eyes, is completely full of pent-up fury. The sailor, very kindly eyes, and he is a man who has a mechanical arm. He tells a story to the little boy that he takes under his wing of how his arm he lost to disease, and the alchemist, when he was little, built him a new arm, mechanical arm. Now, put these elements into this canvas here and encoded some of the hints about the story, which is a spoiler alert now, because this heart is showing the boy's touching his heart when he grows up to be a clown. Unbeknownst to everyone else in the city, he has a mechanical heart that to devastating effect alters the events of the story, built by the alchemist and implanted in him when he was a boy. Now, to make this as different as possible from my usual artwork for the entire series of pictures for the chapters, I did use the Alhambra tiles from Alhambra in Granada in southern Spain. I thought this would pull my artwork away from the usual style if I stuck rigorously to these patterns and put them into the backgrounds and the clothing of all of the series of pictures, and it really worked. It pulled me away from my usual style and pushed me into something I didn't know. Even I didn't know what it was going to look like, so it offset my usual style, so I didn't resort to the usual tropes and colours and things like that. So this whole series of pictures has been given a new flavour by taking something I knew nothing about and, as a discipline, making myself stick to just those patterns and colours. So this is the story of Cracklebones the Alchemist from over 10 years ago now, and I am very proud of this series of work because it is unlike anything I've done before or since, really. And finally, this is the book I actually did publish, the hardback book, available on blurred.com. Massive expense, very pretentious to do this, but I decided to take it to its extreme, and it is fully fleshed out with all of the illustrations in full colour, at great expense. But I thought, if I don't take myself seriously, then nobody else will either. So this is the first of a series of novels in which I just wrote them for myself, but actually really did enjoy the process. I found it very cathartic and very therapeutic. So thank you for listening. That is the first of these tiny little talks.